Welcome to Comically Comics, your one-stop listen to all things comics. We're talking books, movies, TV shows, video games, and more. I must forewarn you, though, we are a spoiler cast, and what that means is we consider all properties, past, future, and present, to be valid, and we will spoil the hell out of them. I'm your host, Michael, along with my two co-hosts, Richard and Jeremy, and with all that being said, let's get started. All right, it is Sunday, November 2nd, and we are back doing a review of Sandman Season 2, because nobody else is talking about it.
That's very true. No one is talking about it.
They ain't said shit about it.
No.
Yeah, it was very the first season I thought went really well. I mean, we really enjoyed it.
Same.
So, and this one just kind of, it seemed like I was all excited about it, but then like the release just kind of flew underneath the radar. It felt like, or maybe it was just a busy time of life or something like that. But
I felt like the behind the scenes stuff and like Gaiman's like life at that time like overshadowed this release.
Yeah.
And the fact that Netflix was like, okay, we're going to do what we normally do. We're going to shut this down.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm curious to know, because something just broke with David Harbour. And so I'm curious how they're going to handle the whole thing with Stranger Things.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, uh-oh.
I don't know this news. I'll have to look it up. We'll have to talk afterwards.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to like derail.
That
all
terrifies me now.
I will say this. He's not so far it hasn't been revealed that he's like a sex pest. It's just more of he's just a giant asshole, apparently.
Oh.
But anyway.
He's the Red Guardian. So. Episode 1, Season of Myths. Dream is made aware of his unjust condemnation of former lover Nada. We get a flashback of their relationship, and Dream prepares for his possible absence. We got a first appearance, too, actually. Delirium, first time we've ever met this one, who used to be...
Delight.
Yes, thank you, until she went insane. Sandman, issue 21, that's her first appearance. And then we get Merv, Pumpkinhead. First cameo, Sandman number 5. First full appearance per Key Collector, Sandman 42. So, Jeremy, what is your whelming of this episode?
Whelmed. I don't know. It was kind of. I guess I kind of had to get back in the Sandman like vibe or something. Because I mean, thinking back on it, like the even the first season, it kind of had a little bit of build up to it and everything. But I mean, they got really good. So, and it just kind of threw me. I probably should have gone back and watched the first season just to kind of get that refresher. But yeah, I will say I was on this particular one. I was whelmed.
They did do like a really good recap at the very beginning of the first episode, I will say, because I was like, okay, that kind of gives you all the nuts and bolts you really need to know about the first season, as far as like where we're at now with Dream and the realm and all that jazz. I did like that a lot. Yeah,
I did too, and I did like his whole. Well, I guess we're getting into the reviewing of the episode. Just we can move on to Richard.
Richard, what's your whelming?
I was pleasantly whelmed. I like the series a lot. I never really read the comic. I'm not like I know of I know of Sandman, and I know of major things that happen in Sandman, but I don't know all the nitty gritty details of everything. So this is one of those series that like kind of catches me off guard because I'm like I don't know what to expect. But so yeah, I was pleasantly whelmed. I thought this was a solid first episode for the new season.
Nice. I really had to like think hard on my whelming because like Jeremy was saying, like Sandman has a whole nother vibe compared to any other comic book like style movie, TV show, whatever. I don't even know a good thing to necessarily compare Sandman to.
I do.
What you got?
It's so Doctor Who-ish.
Doctor Who-ish?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very like deals with moral quandaries and like and then also like it goes back in time to like show like major historical events where like instead of the Doctor being involved, Dream was involved in.
Right. Yeah. I guess I'm thinking more along the lines of like comic book stories. And and things that I have read or things that I have heard of, I don't know necessarily. But yeah, no, you're spot on with Doctor Who. I totally see that and get that. With that being said, I have to stick with that whole like pleasantly whelmed to overly whelmed. And it's only because I understand like the vibe, the storytelling of Sandman.
Mhm.
And like that's where it's at. Like it's not about the action, it's not about any of that kind of stuff that you normally like in comic book movies, but the actual crafting of the story. That's what, you know, I have to base my whelming off of. It's what I feel like I have to base my whelming off of. So
it's about
with
the
all that being-
journey.
yeah.
I mean, and this one too, like in it's very aesthetically pleasing. Like I just and I think that's one of the things that they do so well with it being Sandman. It's just all the different scenery and things like that. Like it goes very well with it because you're thinking of dreams and being all mystical and all just whatever you can dream of.
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
So I think they do a very good job of that.
Yeah.
Like intricate detailing. It's like it's really down to the details and whatnot. And I don't feel like they skimp a whole lot on the CGI either, which I feel like this show relies a good bit on. Other than like there was a scene with Merv, I was like, oh, that doesn't look that great. What are we doing here? But outside of that, I was like, yeah, this is like it still looks really good. Which I was kind of like waiting for Netflix to
do their
be
thing.
like, hey, no,
Yeah.
we're cutting some of this, bro.
They kind of did with Azazel because in the comic he doesn't have like a body.
Okay,
I know he's not featured in this episode, but since we're
Yeah.
talking about it, that because that was one of the ones that I was like, man, are we not gonna get like Azazel's or I hate they call him that anyway. We'll talk about him when we get to that episode.
With all that being said, as far as my whelming, I don't really have a whole lot to say about any of these episodes, really. Like, they're pretty straightforward. I will say some of it kind of caught me off guard. The big thing with this episode here was Destiny called all the siblings to a meeting. And within that meeting, there's a interaction between Death and Dream. And Dream is being confronted about Nada and how he basically condemned her. Like he didn't give her a choice. He gave her an ultimatum. And he's like, do you really think that? And she's like, well, yeah, I'm telling you this. And he's like, oh, well, I must write this wrong. And it's like, bro, you switched on that really quick. Like this should have been sorted out years ago, especially since she's been there 10,000 years. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Morpheus is very like, I don't know, like he's an endless. So 10,000 years to him is like a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really cool, like setting that up for that to be kind of like this one through line through all three episodes. And but Morpheus is such an emo kid. And like
It really is.
I love when they're like sitting at the table and like everyone's sitting but him, and Death is like, why don't you sit down and have a grape? He's like, I don't want a grape. It was just really funny to me.
Since we're talking about that scene, I did, and it's even called out on. Death comes in and she's got her attire on that we saw her from first season, and Destiny's like, "What are you doing?" Basically,
Yeah.
change, and so she does. Destiny's good with that. Then Desire comes in with his SMS like freaking
yeah.
whatever.
Sorry.
Get
I was
up.
thinking of Delirium. Sorry. Yes.
And I'm like, what? And even Death calls it out. It's like, what? No attire here?
This is
Like,
bullshit.
what are we doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, essentially. And then like the long pause on that cod piece, I was like, okay, I've had enough. We can move on.
I didn't even notice it, to be honest with you. Maybe I was like, I was typing my notes. Yo, I legitimately like this. I was telling y'all before the podcast started. This show does a great job of just bringing the comic to life, and they cast just about everybody perfect. And Desire straight up is just Desire from the comic books. It's just crazy to me how well they casted like every single character.
I do think the introduction of Delirium I thought was really cool. It's very different than all the rest of the Endless. And honestly, I want to see more of that character. Like, I like that character.
Yeah.
She reminds me of, I don't know her name, and I know the Potterhead on here is about to get on to me about this, but the Luna girl.
Luna Lovegood.
Yes, from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
She reminds me a lot of her, and that's like one of my, I like that character in Harry Potter. That's one of my, So yeah, I want to see more of Delirium. I want to know what she knows because she said something. I know things that nobody in here knows, and that's interesting to me. So I'm hoping we kind of move from this Nada arc into something with Delirium.
Yeah, I don't know if we will with Delirium. I think we're done with Nada for sure.
I hope so.
At least by episode 3, I think we're done with Nada. I haven't watched ahead, but it seems like we're done.
Yeah.
I think, anyway, we'll talk about that where we think things are going. I'm just totally wanting to just run to the end, I guess. Yeah, no, I too, I don't know though, like, because when I was researching her, there's not a lot of information about her whole, like, she used to be Delight, now she's Delirium and stuff like that. So I'm like, I don't know if we get a lot of information about her.
No, we may not. I'm waiting to see what was led up to. And then just has no payoff and we never see it again. And it just goes into the ether. That's what I'm waiting to see.
I gotcha.
I also like that this first 3 episodes is kind of like its own story arc.
Yeah.
Like, as we talk about it, it's almost like the Nada story arc, the Key to Hell story arc. Like, both of those kind of wrapped up in one. And I don't know how that plays out in the comic books, but that seemed, I like how nice and neat and tidy that was, especially knowing that this is it.
Yeah, it does get wrapped up pretty quickly in like a couple of different issues. You know how, like, with I'm trying to, like, I wrote them all down. So for this first episode, it adapts from issue 9, issue 21, and issue 22. And issue 9 is Tales in the Sand. Issue 21 is Season of the Mist, a prologue. And issue 22 is Season of the Mist, chapter 1.
Nice.
When we go back to in time and we see Morpheus, like, meeting Nada for the first time, and she's supposed to be this, like, queen of, like, the first civilization, I was like, yo, it looks like Wakanda to me.
Same. That's funny.
Yeah, I didn't have much. One of the things I wrote down is Destiny literally has the script for the episode. Like, he literally just has the script for the whole season. He already knows the spoilers before they happen.
Is that the impending doom? As he knows it's getting canceled? Like, oh, the story has begun.
Yes.
He's like, it's the end of the end.
Yes, that is the big impending doom. That's funny. I hadn't even thought about that.
'Tis the end of the endless, brothers and sisters.
And then the other note I just had was, I like that moment where Dream's like, hey, I'm going to go right this wrong. If I didn't, what kind of king would I be? And Merv is like any other king in history.
Isn't it Mark Hamill that
Yes.
is voicing Merv? Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah, Luke Skywalker, Joker himself as Merv Pumpkinhead.
That's pretty awesome. That's super awesome. I like Oswald Patton coming back as the Raven or the Crow or whatever he is.
Yeah,
that was good.
Matthew the Raven.
Yeah, that's it. I know that the ending of this episode is Dream heading towards hell by himself to go and retrieve Nada. And I'm not gonna lie, that kind of had me pumped up. Like, the last time we had this, it was a battle of wits and whatnot like that. And they leave you thinking in this episode that, like, her and all the demons in hell are, like, ready for Dream. Like, this is not going to be a battle of wits. This is going to be a battle of brute force. And I'm like, oh, we're going to see some shit next episode. Were y'all as pumped about it as I was?
Yeah, I was. I because I mean, the last time in last season, whenever he went down there, I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, it didn't get into any like major battle or anything like that, but spoilers, it was a little bit more eventful in the last season than it was in this one. So,
I was kind of pumped up. Yeah, but I don't know. I know Gaiman is like he's more of a like literary type person, so it's not going to be big action stuff. It's going to be using your words instead, kind of like to do battle. So anyway,
yeah.
But yeah, no, I was still excited because I like the characterization of Lucifer in this, played by Gwendolyn Christie, and anyway, it was just cool to see him back in hell again, and he's got his helmet on and everything. It was a cool visual.
Yeah, it was. Do y'all have anything else for episode?
No,
2?
that's it for episode 1 for me.
Okay, cool. On to episode 2. On that note, then, the ruler of hell. Morpheus goes into hell expecting a battle. Instead, he is given the keys to hell. Now, with the responsibility he doesn't want, Dream must find a ruler of hell. So, going back to the hype, how disappointed were you when hell was empty?
Yeah, it was weird. I mean, yeah, I thought it'd been cool to see his powers and everything like that, but at the same time, like it kind of goes along with, I mean, a little bit of what we're saying that this Sandman is, where it's not just a beat 'em up kind of comic book type thing, and it was very much a mind game. And I was like, oh, that's a bit of a twist.
Yeah.
I was not disappointed. I just thought it was oh, cool. I didn't see that coming. Because Lucifer is essentially like, I'm tired, boss. Hell's closed.
Tired.
It's like the end of
tired.
It's like the end of Family Vacation when they get to Wally World and it's like, sorry folks, Wally World's closed. It's just that.
I did not see that coming. I want to know if that's how it goes in the comic books.
It does.
Okay, fantastic. Because in my mind at first, I was like, this seems like a cop-out and like a huge, we didn't have the time to be able to do the story we needed to do, so here's what we're doing.
Nope, it is. If anything, the only thing that changes from this episode from the comic is we get more of Lucifer and Dream flying around hell while he's like locking up the gates of hell. And there's one person that's still in hell who's like a really I forget what he is, what his name is, but he's like a made up character, I think. And he's like, oh, I don't know, whatever. I'm John the Barbarian and I've done like he's strapped to a rock, like with like hooks in his flesh. And he's like stretched so far that he's like flat. And he's like, I've done terrible things. You know, I've like killed women and children. I've ate babies. I've done all these things. Like I deserve to be in hell. And Lucifer's like, I told you to go away. Just go away. And then he like waves his hand and then the guy's gone. And cause I was like, did Lucifer just let out like one of the worst people in the world?
Right? No, I was wondering the whole time. I was waiting for what's the twist. What is Lucifer up to? Like, there's no way this is legit. There's no way this is a thing. I remember the agreement of, you know, I won't hurt you while we're in hell. And then once we got outside the doors, I was like, bruh, get the helmet on. What are you doing?
Ready yourself. I love that moment when he shows up and Lucifer's like, take off the helmet. And he's like, no. I thought that was really funny.
Well, and then the next response of, are you scared of me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if you want to go to the whelmings, but I was overly whelmed with this episode.
Oh, well, shit. I forgot all about the whelming, so my bad. Fuck me. Yes, please elaborate.
I just thought it was cool. I love when Dream goes to hell, and I love later seeing like some of these deities that we'll eventually get into from like at the end of the episode. So anyway, I just thought it was cool.
Nice. Jeremy?
Yeah, I was pleasantly to overly, like, this one just really started kicking it up there after like I said in the first one, after I got kind of into the groove of Sandman and remembering about it. Like, this one, I enjoyed it, and I was the same way, just kind of waiting for whatever twist Lucifer had. And but I did like seeing at the end all the different, like what Richard said, the different people that come in there. And it was very interesting.
Nice. I have to echo, pleasantly to overly well, and I think that's going to be the next episode as well if I forget again. But but yeah, it's just it's just the storytelling, and it really does. These episodes are not even a full hour long. They feel pretty long, but
Yeah,
they
they
are
do.
entertaining, and they're, like I said, weaving a really good story here, which is awesome that it seems to come straight from the comic book. Makes me interested to like read more of that comic book series. I've been collecting it. I've got trades of it. Like, it's just actually putting the time in to read it, because Gaiman is a wordy dude
Yeah, it's a
in
lot.
everything.
And that's the other thing too, is a lot of the like dialogue is also the same in the comic book. Like,
Okay.
it is what I bitch about constantly when other comic books adapt like some things, because I'm always like, well, anime has like manga, so like there's a manga which is a comic, and like they'll animate it, and it's just the manga animated, and like maybe they'll change one or two things, but it's not like super significant. And that's what they did here, and I like it a lot, because there's so many things where they'll adapt it, and it is that thing that it adapted in name only.
Yeah. Marvel, I think, is really bad about that. Like, probably one of the worst about that.
Yeah, I would say a lot of like just superhero and comics in general.
Yeah.
Unless it's like an indie comic.
Yeah. Well,
Harry
I
Potter's
think
bad about it too.
I'm sorry, what?
I said Harry Potter's bad about it too.
I was gonna say, like, the first thing that comes to mind when talking about that is Civil War. Like, that to me is like the pinnacle of like, this is in name only.
Yeah, Age of Ultron was also that way.
Yeah,
but probably for the better, because Age of Ultron really had nothing to do with Ultron. But yeah, I'm also thinking of like all the Batman movies and the Superman movies aren't really based on any sort of particular Batman story. Some of them have like inspiration from certain things, but
right. I think for me though, I like it not seeing necessarily the exact same thing sometimes, but with something like this, if you deviate too far from the subject material, it won't resemble at all what it was.
Yeah.
So I do like that we do stick pretty close to the heart of it.
Yeah, agreed. When we're back in hell and Lucifer, it's revealed Lucifer's like, I'm shutting hell down. I'm leaving. I'm tired. And Dream's like, what will you do? I was like, build a nightclub and solve crime for that show that was canceled on Fox and then eventually renewed on Netflix. Because for those that don't know, that Lucifer is Neil Gaiman's Lucifer.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Why did they do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
They should have linked the two shows together and everything.
My wife and I were talking about Constantine, oh my gosh, who played Constantine? John Wick. What's his name? I'm having
Keanu Reeves.
Thank you, Keanu Reeves. I'm having a brain fart moment.
I was thinking of Matt Ryan. That's my favorite.
Keanu Reeves in that universe, that's supposed to be also in the same universe as like Sandman and all that. So my wife was like, oh man, I would love to see Tilda Swinton's Gabriel like meet Gwendolyn Christie's Lucifer. She's like, that would be a really cool moment if they could somehow tie those together.
That would be really cool.
But yeah, for those that don't know, the Lucifer TV, she loved that show. That's the only reason why I'm bringing that joke up, because she would watch it constantly. She loves a good like crime like drama with like a weird twist to it.
That's fun. I never had any desire at all to watch that Lucifer show, but that is hilarious.
It's bad. It's bad. It's not great.
Well, there was a reason it was canceled. Like,
yeah. When he eventually goes and meets with his sister again, is like, Death, I need to talk to you because like I got the key to hell and I don't know what to fucking do with it. And she already knows. I was like, damn, word travels fast in the fucking afterlife, man.
Well, especially for her.
Yeah.
It made sense for her to know. It's like, okay, you're a bad person. I've got to take you to hell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the doors are locked. Okay, well, I got to figure this out now, but you're going to have to wait.
Yeah.
So.
And then yeah, we get the I love when my favorite parts when we get to start seeing all the deities coming to the dream realm. I love when Thor's beating on the door and Merv is like, it's fucking Thor. I hate that fucking guy.
Yeah. Before we get to the deity, though, real quick, you were talking about dream and death.
Mm-hmm.
What I also liked about that scene was he's talking about the key and he's talking about who needs the key because he doesn't want it.
Yeah.
And he starts talking about the characteristics of this person. He starts saying, oh, Death.
Yeah.
You're the perfect fit for this. And she's like, oh, dear brother, no.
Yeah.
I'm not taking that key.
Yeah. For real. She's like,
my job is to take people and disperse them. You're in charge of hell.
Yeah.
It just leaves them with it. She's like, I don't want that.
Yeah, she's like, I don't want that smoke. Don't bring that smoke. I don't want it.
I did like that. The characters, though, that showed up at Dream's door to, because everybody wants the power of hell. Apparently, there's a good bit of power. The only one being above that would be heaven. And it's just, there's a lot of people that wanted it. You had the demons that were living there. They have nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
So they want back at it. Their leader being Azazel, whatever his name is.
Yeah, that was the thing that bugged me. It is Azazel. I don't know why they say Azazel. I'm like, no, it's Azazel. God damn it.
You had this one group who's got a box as a leader that magically brings up notes, which I don't know why I'm surprised by this, but I am.
It's like Lord Kilderkin or something like that.
Yeah, I think something like that.
You had Thor. You had Odin with Thor and Loki. That whole group, and they're trying to get more territory or a different territory because they're constantly fighting with the Frost Giants and whoever else, the elves, all that stuff. And this isn't Marvel. This is old school Thor and Odin and all that other jazz.
Yeah, this is like actual like the gods, not from Marvel.
Right.
Yeah. Still kind of threw me off not being Tom Hiddleston. I was like, I just can't see it.
I think the young Billy Idol they got to play Loki there was actually really good.
Right? No, he looks straight up like Sting from the old Dune movie. Straight up looks like Sting from Dune. Yeah, no, I'll show you off podcast, but Thor from the comic kind of looks like this Thor in the show, just way more ridiculous looking, including the tiny hammer and the like penis joke that he makes about the tiny hammer.
Nice. There's a group of clowns, something chaos.
Yeah, they're like the Lord of Chaos or something.
Yeah, which I like their little leader. It kind of reminded me some of Bella Ramsey's character from Game of Thrones. Like I got a little bit of that vibe for it, and I liked it. There was I don't know if they were elves. I don't know what they were.
They're elves. Or fairies. Excuse me.
Fairies.
Mm-hmm.
There was that group there. There was an Asian guy.
Yeah, Susanoo Ono Mikoto, which is I think like a storm god from like Japanese culture.
Oh, okay. So I kind of got confused on his story. Was he like it? Was he banished in hell and wanting to like?
I don't know, to be 100% honest with you.
Okay.
I think he was banished, to like a hell where he must atone for his sins. But he was also He's also some sort of god from like Japanese culture.
Got you. That's it, right? I'm not missing anybody, am I?
Yeah, you've got everybody. In the comic, they add Anubis and Bast from Egyptian culture.
Okay.
Matter of fact, when Thor hits on Merkin in the show, in the comic, he's hitting on Bast. That's really the only change that they kind of make here.
Okay.
What was the big dragon with anybody in particular?
You talking about at the front of the gate?
Yeah.
No, that's just who guards.
That was Dreams.
Yeah, that's Dreams.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
He has a dragon, a griffin, and I forget what the third one is, but they guard his like front door.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Can't have police showing up in Dream Realm.
No. Dream does not tolerate that nonsense. Not in his house.
Everybody, of course, is trying to. I lost my words.
Persuade.
Yes, but with something.
Bribe.
Yes, thank you. Jeez, Pete.
It's been a long day, guys. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
A long weekend. Everyone is trying to bribe Dream with something. And some of them, like with the Chaos group, they're just with fear. And
yeah, they like threaten him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Asian guy had anything to bribe Dream with, which I was kind of like, hey, that's kind of cool. I like this guy right here. And he's just kind of wanting to live out his sentence, but like also, be responsible of it.
Yeah,
so,
he basically says like hell is supposed to be like, it's not supposed to be just torture. It's supposed to be a way to what's the word? Rehabilitate.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah, his was like the first one that kind of made you wonder, like maybe this guy can handle it.
Mm-hmm.
Thing.
Yeah. But then we get to Azazel, who actually has Nada in his possession. And that's what he goes to try and use Dream to convince him to hand over the keys and even swap what Dream was looking for key. But this guy's also the leader of the demons, so it's like, do we really give power to this guy right here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you get left with on this episode of like, what is Dream to do?
Yeah. Which part of me was like, why? I mean, this is in his realm. Why doesn't he just make him dust and go away type thing? Like, I don't know. Part of me wondered if he was going to do that on the next episode, but yeah, that was an interesting twist there.
Oh, Azazel, fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah, it's mostly just he's like, these are my guests. I don't want to start a war kind of thing. And, he's playing whatever, like 5D chess or whatever. Like,
right.
But yeah, I liked all that. I didn't like, in the comic, Azazel looks like a rift in reality with little like eyes and teeth. And we got a little stinger last season at the end of the season with that. So I was really excited to see that. And instead we get like this guy with like some prosthetics and a bad leather jacket. And I was just like, no, what are we doing here? Because that was God damn it, Netflix. And he does transform, and we do see that. One of the gifts also he gives is Corazon, which was the guy that took his helmet in the previous season.
Oh, yeah. That didn't last long, though.
Yeah, in the comic, he doesn't actually eat him. He gives him as a gift. But I thought that was at least cool. When he does transform, it looks way different than what they had previous season, but it does look cool. He's missing his eyes, which is kind of weird. It's just mouths, basically.
Yeah.
The other thing that I like is Merkin is the like queen of spiders, and that whole scene that happens with her happens in the comic, but it is way more horrifying for someone who has arachnophobia. It is way more horrifying in this than it was in the comic.
Yeah, she has a vagina full of spiders.
Yes.
Like
that was so gross.
Don't be gross, Tammy.
Like recently, I just had a wolf spider that had a bunch of babies on top of it, and we had to like shoo it away before I could like kill it because I didn't want to get like all the babies all over the place because I'd
Right.
have to burn the house down if that happened. So I was just like, when I saw that, I was like, ugh, ugh.
Oh man.
I love the Kane putting on a little magic show and he's sawing his brother Abel. I especially love the joke, which again, all that's in the comic, almost word for word, even the like, I need an able-bodied assistant or whatever the joke he made. I forget what it was.
Yeah.
And then he actually saws him in half and then puts him in like a meat grinder.
Yeah. Make sausage out of him.
Yeah.
The angels that kind of came in there, that was an interesting little twist there too. Like I don't know. That was, you could see it put a little bit more pressure on Dream. So
Mhm.
I thought that was, like I said, kind of an interesting twist in there.
Yeah, I'll get more into them in the next episode, but they too show up in the comic. Like again, like it's going to be kind of like a broken record here, but I'm going to be like, that happens in the comic too. Like it's just kind of the same stuff. It's really cool.
I will say it made sense when we started seeing the angels come down. I was like, okay, like this does make sense. Like God would want to know
Yeah.
who a keys of hell's going to. Like
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. But that's all I have for this episode.
Oh, same. I've been there. Jeremy, do you have anything else for episode 2?
I do not. Yeah, I'm good.
Awesome. On to episode 3. More devils than vast hell can hold. Morpheus considers who is worthy out of the several suitors after the key of hell. Nada is found and recovered. However, you know the saying, hell hath no fury, like a woman, a scorned woman banished to hell for 10,000 years.
Yeah. It's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Rightfully so. I'm just
Well, yeah.
Dream coming at her with the whole, I feel I should apologize. What do you mean you feel? You feel like you should apologize. Let me tell you something.
My wife had beef with all that because she was like, because Lucifer specifically makes a statement in the previous episode that hell, and this is also like a canon thing in the Lucifer TV show where he solves crime and shit. But like hell, like he's like, most people say I made them do things. I didn't make them do anything. They did it themselves. And hell is this place where if you feel guilt for the things that you did throughout your life, you are sent to hell to atone for that. And so she was like, well, how does like Dream send her to hell? And I was like trying to tell him like, but he's an endless. And she's like, but what does that mean? And I'm like, well, he's a very powerful being. He can condemn someone to hell if he wants to. But I do agree. I think they should have done more to explain that for the viewer because they don't really, and it's more cut and dry in the comic. That one's done way different than it is in the show because it's like a recounting. It's almost like a Princess Bride. It's like some descendants of Nada being like, let me tell you about the queen of the first people or something like that. And how she fell in love with the Dream Lord. And then they tell this whole story. And when the meteorite hits the city, they're standing on a mountain and she's like, oh my God, our love has done this. And she throws herself off the mountain, killing herself. And then he goes and meets with her in like the afterlife. And he's like, hey, we can still be together. And she's like, no, if we do, more terrible things will happen. And he's like, okay, I'm going to offer you one last time. If you don't, I'm going to condemn you to hell. And then the story cuts back to like the son and dad telling the story. And he's like, well, then what happened next? And like, well, then he asked, and what did she say? She said no. And like the story, it kind of ends that way.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I feel like I've read that. Well, I'm piecing together because I feel like I've read that because it was It was like the first story to the second arc. Not Preludes and Nocturnals, the one at Dollhouse,
Okay.
if I remember right.
It's
And it was these two people going on a quest looking for a crystal heart kind of
Yes,
thing out in the
that's it.
desert.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
So
the
I
story.
I felt like I'd read that is what it was. So I was piecing that together. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I don't know. There was a whole lot of that I was not necessarily lost in, but I don't know if it just felt like maybe it was rushed, but not at the same time. It's kind of confusing. I don't know.
Yeah, the Nada stuff I'm glad we're done with, just because of this. This was the one I had the least amount of notes for. Like, I like all of the like who gets the key to hell, but then when we get to Nada, I was kind of like, all right, I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
like yes, he was a dick. I absolutely agree with that. But
Right.
like, also, like, let's just move on because I want to see more cool stuff than this.
Same. On that note, Jeremy, what's your whelming of this episode?
I'm I'll probably just go overly whelmed with this one. I really enjoyed it. I loved the twist of it. Like, I loved his final figuring out, like, letting everybody know who he was giving the key to. I definitely didn't see that coming. Part of me honestly wondered if he was going to give it to what's her name, Lady Nala, or
oh,
whenever they had
the
that
fairy
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Like with the conversation they had, like, it was like, this seemed very, I don't know, just genuine enough of her. So part of me was like wondering if he was just going to come out of left field and do something like that. But yeah, I liked who he ended up giving it to, and I liked the end, the scene there with Lucifer. I thought that was actually pretty neat. So yeah, it was all a very good episode to me.
Did you think she was going to come out of left field or left hill?
Uh,
Yeah, I agree. That one's bad. I will agree with you on that, Jeremy.
Whatever, I loved it. Richard, what's your whelming of this episode?
I'll say I'm pleasantly whelmed. Last episode, I was overly whelmed. This one, it's the Nada stuff that kind of brought it down for me. But I still liked the first half of it.
Got you. I'm going to go with pleasantly whelmed as well. The Nada stuff brought it down for me, as well as the whole play thing.
Oh, really?
Talking about the first meeting of Dream and Lady. What did you say her name was? I can't remember it.
Nala? I don't know.
Nibadabada.
It's Nuala, I think is how you say
That
it.
one.
Okay.
Yes. Koala. Okay.
No,
Lady
not
Koala.
not koala.
That took me out of it completely. The whole play,
Shakespeare, Midsummer's Night
I was
Dream.
like, why are we doing this? However, I will say the coolest part was you saw this giant thing in the side of a hill. It was a person,
Yeah.
and that wound up being a gateway. And I'm like, there's no way that's not in the comic book.
Yeah,
Like, that has to be in there. I want to see that now because
Yeah,
it looked really cool.
Yeah, it's in the comic as well. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the reason why we have that is because Neil Gaiman is, again, very literary. So, of course, he's going to make Dream at one point met Shakespeare, and the famous play Midsummer's Night Dream was actually Dream's idea.
Well, we knew of the Shakespeare meet from season 1, if I remember right.
Yeah.
So it is bringing that back.
Mhm.
It took me out of the whole story of the key to hell.
Yeah, it was very weird to like flashback to that because it was almost like an episode in an episode.
Right.
But yeah, I liked it just because it was like kind of cool seeing that, like adding more to like the lore behind King Oberon and Titania and all that stuff, and Puck, which, by the way, do you know who Puck is? Did y'all recognize that little weasel face? Puck's the goat man, in case you're wondering.
No.
Yeah. No.
He's Joffrey from Game of Thrones.
No
Is it really?
shit.
Yeah.
What?
My wife and I were both like, where have we seen that weasel face before? And then there's this one part where he gives like a very sinister look, and we were like, that's fucking King Joffrey.
Joffrey looks like he's put on a little weight.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's not a kid anymore, so
That's true. He lost his baby fat and got his man fat.
The reason why I bring that up is Puck, I think, plays like a role later on in some of these episodes.
Yeah, Dream did not seem very thrilled with him joining the cast there at the end. The standout moment for me probably in this episode, and I don't know about y'all, but I did like the conversation he had with Lady Koala. And also, I really liked I'm going to say battle for lack of better words, between Dream and Azazel, where Azazel doesn't get the key and he's like, come get Nada. And so he goes to get her, pulls her out, like Matrix style, flings her across the floor.
It did not look like Matrix. It looked like Ace Ventura coming out of that rhino.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
But the when he's like, okay, you're mine now, Azazel to Dream, and just like overtakes or comes over him. And you get this like Dream teeth skeleton world.
Yeah.
But then in the background, you see like Dream's silhouette. And it's flashing with lightning behind it. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I thought that
was cool. No, I agree totally. And the comic doesn't do it better, but it does do the same thing where he like eats Dream, and then he's like, you're mine now, Dream Lord, and he's like, I'm gonna devour your soul for centuries or something like that. And then he's like, oh, Azazel, he's like, this is my house, do you really think you have power over me here? And then just puts him in like a jar.
Yeah.
I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, it was dope as hell.
Yeah.
The cool thing is he goes once he's done with that, and they're like, are you gonna like kill him or whatever? He's like, no, I'm gonna let him just think about what he did for, a century or two. He goes and puts him in a trunk, and he puts him next to a bunch of things, and we see the Corinthian skull. The guy with the teeth eyes from previous season.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool. What did y'all think about the Loki switch?
I mean, I thought that was pretty. I definitely didn't see that coming. Like whenever they said had that comment of, it was the chef, the lady that made the food, like about being anybody else here that we didn't know about or something like that. And I was like, oh, somebody else is here. But yeah, I didn't see that coming. But I mean, obviously that was a really cool twist, and I'll be very interested to see where this favor comes into play later on.
Right.
Yeah. Same.
That's kind of one of my things where I'm like, I hope we have a payoff for this, and it's not just left to never happen.
Yeah. I'll say this, slight spoilers. Loki and Puck, I think, are kind of the antagonists for this season. So nice. I'll just say that.
What did you think of the switch, Richard?
Yeah, I didn't see it coming. I liked it because my note was, oh shit, Susanna was Loki. And I was kind of wondering, was Susanna Loki like the entire time? Or was it just like, did they make the switcheroo at some point?
Well, because that was also the thing I was wondering about, is like they were mentioning him being buried underneath somewhere. And so, but did Loki make him like Susanna look like Loki, the one that they carried out, that Thor carried out, or was he somewhere else?
Yes, I think that Loki that's getting carried out by Thor, because that's the one thing that they don't do in the show, but they get more into the details of like the actual lore of like Loki and Thor. He's supposed to be like trapped in this like pit with snakes and stuff, and he's not able to eat and all this crazy stuff for centuries.
Sounds like he's in hell.
Yeah, it kind of is, but he's not in hell. He's in like a hell of his own make, because like the
Jotunheim?
Yeah, Jotunheim. Well, because there is an actual hell for like Nordic mythology.
Yeah.
But he's not there. He's just in a torture that Odin has made for him. And anyway, but at that point in the comic, it is like revealed that that's Susanna. I'm mispronouncing this name horribly, but that's that guy just with like a spell cast over him to look like Loki.
I'm gonna say, for the TV show anyways, that up until the key is announced, Loki was Loki and
Susanna was Susanna.
Susanna was Susanna, because like there's still a chance that Odin gets the key up until that point. You know what I mean? And so why, other than for Loki to have the key for himself, which is a total Loki move, don't get me wrong. Like there's no other reason than for Loki to try and do that and finagle that.
It was just weird because he even mentions to Odin about how like there's no tricking the Dream Lord in his own like house.
Oh, that's true.
So you're gonna have to be diplomatic here. And then he tries to trick him, and I'm like, you even said it yourself.
Which points even more to he wouldn't have done it before.
Yeah.
He needed to be able to get out. And he was saying like, I can't go back. Like they're going to torture me and all this other kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have them do that to me, which is what brings up the deal that they struck together. And also like, you knew it was him. You knew it was, I wrote
Susanna. I think
Susanna.
I think like that's how you pronounce it. But
I keep wanting to say Susanna is what I keep wanting to say.
Oh, won't you cry for me?
So that's why I keep stopping. But like he's like gagged and they're over Thor's shoulder, and he's like like he's doing all kinds of things. And I think Loki would plead, but at the same time, I don't think you could like gag him. You know what I mean? I feel like he'd do some kind of magic to get that off, or whatever the case is, because it's Loki.
Yeah.
So what did y'all think of who he actually did choose for the key?
I mean, I think it was very clever, and I like I said, I liked the speech that he gave. It like it was it was like a backhand to each person that he walked to, like that he made sure to point out to him, and yeah, I thought it was really cool, and I definitely, like I said, I didn't see that as even being an option. Because whenever they were saying that they were just there to watch or to report back, I didn't even think they could be an option to take the key. But it was really cool.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was, as much as it was a clever move for Lucifer to trick Dream essentially into taking the key, I thought it was even more of a better move or clever move to sit there and be like, the angels are the only ones here qualified. Their creator created this. Like, why should it not go back to him? Kind of deal. These are probably the only ones in this room who don't want it for the power, don't need it for the power. So why not hand it to them and let them decide who's worthy, kind of thing. Yeah. So yeah, I thought it was great.
It was completely different in the comic.
Oh,
really?
Well, he still gives it to the angels, but when he finally meets with them to talk, they're like, have you made a decision, Morpheus? And he's like, no, unfortunately. He's like, I have some people, but I really don't know who to give it to. And they were like, they refer to God as the presence in this. That's mostly what he's referred to. And he's like, well, the presence knew you would do that. So he has a message, and like their eyes light up and they're like now speaking for God. And they basically say like, heaven can't exist without hell, because without like some form of punishment, why would people want to do like good things or something like that? And it's basically the speech that Morpheus kind of gives.
Yeah.
And then Morpheus is like, oh, you're right. You guys should have it. But they also say that those two angels, I think it's Remiel and I forget the other, Duma, I think is the other one. And they say they will be the new leaders of hell. And Rumiel, I think, is the one who's like, he gets mad because he's like, wait a minute, but I was there when Lucifer, turned on you. I was there to like, have I not been good for you? I will never see the the pearly gates ever again. And he's like, I rebel and all this stuff. And then he realizes that like, oh, God had already like seen me rebel before I did it kind of thing. So then now he's like, oh, yeah, I do belong in hell now. So I thought that was a cool moment. And they don't put that in the show. And I was like, man, that would have been cool to see.
Yeah.
I feel like there's still time to do that scene, though.
Yeah.
Because we didn't necessarily get a reaction from the angels. You know, like we got to see their face and stuff. I would like to see that. That would be a cool, really in-depth conversation to have.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. But
yeah,
like I said, I haven't watched it yet, so I have no idea.
I have not watched it either. So I'm curious to know what y'all, because I honestly can't think of anything of where we're going. I would say,
well, I know we're going to find out about the lost brother.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Destruction, because he's literally on the poster for when they were advertising this show.
Well, and plus, who said that they knew where Destruction was? Was it?
It was Odin.
Odin.
In the comic, it's Bast, but yeah, Odin. They just gave that to Odin in this one.
So I imagine we'll see them again and possibly figure out. Okay, I'm with you on that.
And then this is major spoilers, but all I'm gonna say, I don't know if y'all remember, because I think I spoiled it for y'all last season, but you know, y'all may not remember it, but we're probably gonna be dealing with that baby that he went to go visit.
That baby.
Which, by the way, I did not know. I forget what episode that is. I think it's the first episode. He meets with, that's the woman from the last season who, when Rose Walker, you know, was causing dreams to start happening in the real world, she was dreaming of her dead husband, and they had sex in the dream, and then it created this baby from like dream energy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That woman is called Lita, but he refers to her as Hippolyta.
Right.
Because she is Steve Trevor and Diana Prince's daughter.
What?
Yeah.
What? No way.
No. I mean, well, yeah, yes way.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you had me for a second. I was like, you fucking with me.
I got you. No, she is supposed to be the daughter of Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor.
No shit.
Wow.
Which is why she's called Hippolyta.
That threw me off because I thought we had. Wasn't there like a one-off episode of something about a girl that's trapped? What was her name?
That was a girl that was what? I'm sorry.
That was trapped. That was like basically a sex slave.
Oh yeah, Calliope.
I thought. Do what now?
Calliope.
Calliope. Okay, I got them two confused.
Mm-hmm.
When he said Hippolyta, I was thinking Calliope, and I was like, "Wait, no, that wasn't her. That was something like no."
Yeah, no, she's a muse, and Lita or Hippolyta is just a person that is the daughter of Wonder Woman.
Yeah, no, I knew about the baby, and even I can't remember if it was because of the season 1 or because of stuff that I had read.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm always looking for first appearances and stuff like that, so I know that there's multiple Sandmans.
Yeah,
so I'd learned about the baby and doing all that kinds of research and stuff. I know they're setting stuff up with him trying to get things squared away and checking on the kid and whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't want them to. I think I'd almost rather them not bring him back though. But I mean, I think they could do either way. The way the show is right now and how many episodes there's left, I feel like they could do either way, and I'd be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're going to do what I think they're going to do, but I don't want to say that yet because I don't want to spoil it. But I also liked that this wasn't really touched on in the comic, but I like what they did for the show, how they made Nada Dream's desire.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was cool tying in that, like, because that's what the Endless are. They're like this corporeal body that embodies the thing that they are. Like,
Yeah.
so everything they're basically establishing with dream, everything dreams. Cats dream, humans dream, gods dream.
Don't bring up the cat streaming. Don't do that.
That was one of the funny things in the comic when Bass goes to talk with Dream. She's like, I'm not used to seeing you in your human form. It's harder to. She usually sees him when he's in a cat form. Because Bast is like a cat god.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they're establishing that like everybody dreams. And with death, everything sort of dies and everything has a desire. Everything is like certain things are destruction and so on and so forth. So I like the idea that desire, like it's another jab from desire.
Right. Well, and I like his response though to that. And I can't tell. Well, I say that if he's being true to himself, I like his response. However, if it's just a denial of what he actually is, then I don't like it. But the line of like, you can't tell me what's in my heart. I really like that line. But like that's only if he actually truly loves Nada. Like if it's just a oh shit, she's right kind of thing, or a do I, like he questions it, then it's simply just a cover up.
Yeah, I think it's
then
him,
I don't like it.
I think it's him coping personally because Calliope was also a lover of Dream. So like at some point he moved on from Nada to Calliope because he has a son with
Calliope was just a rebound, okay? She means nothing.
He had a son with Calliope called Orpheus.
Hey. She's just a baby mama. She means nothing to Morpheus.
The last thing I have though for that episode is when she leaves and like there's a lightning strike. It looks very much like Morpheus from the comic books, where he's this super pale and he's usually like very heavily shadowed on his face, and his face is very angular looking, and he's got the crazy hair. And anyway, it looked very much like the comic. So I thought that was kind of cool.
I like the eyes when they do the pinpoint, like white eyes,
which is also from the comic. Yeah.
I like those. That's kind of my favorite part, the visuals, anyways. So, well, Jeremy, do you have anything else to
add? No, I'm good.
Cool. Richard?
No, I'm good, man.
Awesome. Y'all come back next week. We'll be doing episodes 4, 5, and 6. We'll see where that leads us. Hopefully, like another nice little tidy arc. That'd be cool if you could just kind of watch these in 3-episode deals. Until then, Jeremy, where can I find you at?
They can find me on Twitch under the handle Night Fury GTO. That's Night with a K, and you can find me here.
Awesome. Richard?
If you want to contact me directly, I have an X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram at Blue Skies, and a Threads. My handle is Night Curry, night like day night, and curry with a K. If you want to contact us directly, we have a Gmail. Our Gmail is comicallycomicspodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to check us out on YouTube, possibly TikTok, we'll see, and Instagram, you can check us out under the name Comically Comics Podcast. And if you want to check us out on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, you can check us out under the name Comically Comics with an X.
Awesome. You can find me on Instagram, eBay, and Shortbox22_comics. You can also find me on YouTube at 22 Comics. Thank y'all so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed as much as we did making it. With all being said, say goodbye, Jeremy.
Bye, Jeremy.
Goodbye, Jeremy. Goodbye.
I'm tired, Dream. So it's over. I'm leaving.
Sorry, folks, park's closed. The moose out front should have told you.